Hello there, archers on the internet. Today I'd like to talk about rotational draw and how I learned about it and why I do it and the way I practice it. Why don't you come down from there and we can discuss rotational draw? Come on. Okay, the reason I found out about rotational draw is I was working on trying to learn how to do proper back tension or create proper back tension. And I was watching Jimmy Blackmon's channel, and he was showing how you bring your elbow, the elbow's coming around in a J. And then he explained that Arn Moe has a really good video on rotational draw. So I went and watched that video, and my purpose was to learn how to engage my back muscles and do get good back tension. And as I've worked with it, I found that it's pretty effective. My method, and if you're a level 3 or 4 coach or higher, chime right in what I'm doing wrong, because I learned this over the internet. I didn't learn one-on-one with a coach. So what I do is I do my setup, get your feet, your set position, hook and grip. I come up and I kind of judge the distance of the target. The arrow's pointing that way. Oh, let me get an arrow, why not? The arrow is pointing way off to the left, or fairly far off to the left. Whoop. And I look just over the shelf at the target, and I sometimes will kind of estimate range at that point. And I have an issue with keeping my shoulders down, so I'm always working to keep my shoulders down. And then when I draw, everything comes into really nice alignment, which when I practiced it a lot, I'm looking at the target, I draw, everything's rotational, it comes down, and I'm in perfect alignment. I hardly have to do any sighting. At that point I start doing my sighting, which is instinctive aiming, and come up with a better aiming method, because yeah, it has its downfalls. It's good for some things, not so good for other things. So that's how I do a rotational draw. It may not be right. And one of the things I'm hearing a lot on the internet lately is that it can wreck your shoulder. And I'm highly confused about that, because I noticed that just a few years ago our coach mentioned that NTS is starting to use that. And the objective is you're keeping your large muscle groups. Your large muscle group is doing the pulling, not your shoulder. You're not yanking your shoulder back and forth. So I'm a little confused as to how this creates injury. My understanding was that it helps reduce injury. I got a creaky old shoulder. I've done a lot of things to it, and I'm always looking to protect it and keep it in good shape. So if somebody has some real good evidence of why this is a bad idea, I'd be willing to listen to it. And what works better. Specifically, make a video, show me what works better. I'm a visual and kinesthetic learner. I like to see what people are talking about, and that's why I made this video. We'll have the up angle, so you can see what my body's doing. So there you have it, folks. That's how I do rotational draw. Could be wrong, but this is what I do. Have fun out there with your archery, and stay safe, protect your shoulders. Stretch out before you shoot too.